Let's go.
This is the Spike Rebel music experience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
This is the Spike Rebel music experience.
How you doing, world? Again, this is the Spike Rebel Music Experience, and today we have a special guest, sister of the legendary James Brown. I would like to invite her. Come on, Sister Kareema Muhammad, better known as what?
Fannie Brown, God's sister. So good to see you, sir.
All right. Now we got a lot to talk about.
Hello, world. I'm here. Thanking God. Thanking God. Just trying to get up on this stool. Okay.
All right.
I'm up here.
What you got in your hand?
I have pictures of me and my brother all down through time.
Turn it to the camera.
Oh, yes. I will turn them to the camera for sure. This is when I was 15. And I think we were at the Auditorium Theater, downtown Chicago. I want to say 1971. It'll be right. I was getting ready to go into my 16th birthday or in 71.
Okay. And you guys look very, very happy right there. Is that
Oh, we were. He had just did a big concert and come off stage and got dressed for to get out of there for the evening. And as you come off, of course, in the evening, he always got to lay that hair and look good. So he had to dry that hair and get sharp.
So I don't want to mess it up with my paint, but
Okay.
what you got behind there?
Oh, okay. The next one is...
You mean, well, no.
No, I can hold them. I just come out with them. The next one was a picture that James signed for me. And at the top it say, "To my sister, Fannie, I love you." And he signed it to my sister, James Brown. "Fannie, I love you." That's how he signed it. And this was, I want to say, about 4.5 to 5 months before he passed. And he didn't only leave one for me. He signed one to my oldest son, Daniel, one to my baby boy, Brady, and one to my oldest granddaughter, Octavia Danielle. So he was giving us
Are you his only sister?
I'm the child that James Brown claimed. I'm the child that James Brown legally gave the name to.
Okay.
I'm also the child that I was raised on the weekends. And some weeks when I was out of school, I was raised on the road. He allowed Miss Gertrude Sanders, his wardrobe mistress, to make sure that I was taken care of, make sure to know me and talk to me, nobody in the van.
From the age of what?
From the age of like 15, 16.
15, you were on tour with him?
Just on the weekends, I'd come home and go back to school.
In Chicago?
Yes.
Wow.
And every Friday I was at O'Hare or Midway. And of course they had student rates, so the plane fare wasn't that much, $68, $78 going and coming round trip.
Let me see what else you got. You got some more pictures.
This one is my tribute song that I made for James. 17 days after he passed, I had made this song for James before he passed. And I'm sorry if it looked kind of crazy, but I had made this song for him. And I was telling one of the JBs, a gentleman named Spike, who played the congos.
Another Spike,
for James.
not me, not
yes.
me. Another Spike.
You hear me say a gentleman named Spike. He played the congos for James. And he's also in one of the movies about all the bands when they were doing the drum bands all over. He could help in the production of working those children in a movie that was out years ago. But anyway, I told him 4 or 5 days before James died. No, it wasn't I think 3. That we were not going to be on stage hollering James Brown, James Brown, James Brown no more as we introduce him on. Okay. That from now on we was going to say, he's the Godfather of soul and we love him so. So that's what I decided to do. I told him the words. Then I called Mr. Bobbitt, who was James' manager, and told him also we need to find a studio. The show was to be in New Jersey on December the 26th. The 27th was another show in another part of New Jersey. And then we were going to do Christmas in New York, and New Year Eve at BB King Club. Then we had 13 shows in January, all across Canada.
I keep hearing you say we doing these shows, so you were part of the band, you sing,
I dance on stage with James off and on. Every time that we were doing a concert and I could get into the room, he would say, "My tuta, Fannie Brown, we ain't got my tuta. And he would bring me on stage so the people would see me. And then he would say, "Hurry up back out there, Fannie, now. Go back out there now. People gonna buy everything. Them thing you don't stay with me, they gonna buy everything you got. Go on out there and give people my souvenir." So I would sell the souvenirs of James, and you name it, we had it, from James Brown balloons and bumper stickers and flags, Living in America calendars, Living in America flags, the James Brown Unreal panties,
hats, shirts.
Only thing we didn't get to was the socks. We had James Brown blue jeans. We had the James Brown I Feel Good bath mat. We had every kind of T-shirt, every kind of towel, the hand, the Gotta Take You Higher hand. I mean, you name it, we had it in James Brown product.
So that would mean that you probably knew all his wives, or fiancés, managers, the corporate people.
From the age of 17 on, I got a chance to see a lot of the people, but James wouldn't let me associate with them.
On the higher thing? Or you talking about the band?
Bands, managers, all of them. He wouldn't let me associate with the people because I was a young lady out there. He was striving to teach me to be a young lady. Coming out of the ghetto of Chicago, y'all know I was rough. I want to tell you.
Where was you at? 47 or something?
42nd in Michigan was my first house, and from there I moved to 58th in Michigan. So I've been in Chicago.
That's all knocked down now, most of that.
Yeah, 58th is out still there. And yes, it was courtway buildings and things like that. The next picture is a smaller picture, and this is my new song that I'm coming out with, and you all gonna hear it today. Ow! Pull up your pants, do the James Brown dance.
Okay, what's all that about?
It's the second song that I did. The first one I did was the time I did He's a Godfather Soul. I pulled all James Brown band members together. The famous Flames that was living, which was Bobby Bird, Cush Griffin, of course, everybody, Jabbo, Fred Wesley, Fred Thomas, Jerry Poindexter, Ron Laster, all of them that was original JBs and the original famous Flames that was still living. Two did not make it. Sweet Charles did not make it, and Maisie Opaka didn't make it.
So you still keep in touch with all of these people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're all like my aunts and uncles. These are people that I truly love with a passion. And when I say it because when you love someone, and then you look at all the people that it takes to make them and help them stay where they are as a person. And the people really work day and night, every day and night with James, helping him, building, taping, recording, whatever he say, do that. Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. Yes, Mr. Brown, we have it. Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. The boss say do this. The boss say do that. So, of course, being around them for so many years, you can't help but to love and respect all that they do. As you watch musician after musician do their best to be the best. Stand on that stage hour after hour. Some days they would do 2 shows, especially when it was night. They would pull 2 shows. Some nights it might be 3 shows. On Saturdays, the matinees and things like that, they might do 4, sometimes 5 shows a day. James truly earned the reputation the hardest working man in show business because he never stopped working.
So you was right there and witnessed all that. So now you did jump the subject because you said something about you made a song called Pull Up Your Pants, do the James Brown dance.
Yes, that's coming out soon. It's not out.
What is that about? I got an idea.
Well, the first one that I did was with the JBs, and when I got through doing it, I was just more fussing than anything else. I told them to reverse, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud.
Okay.
And give me a new sound to it. So that's what I asked Fred Wesley to do. And of course, Fred Wesley, Fred Thomas, who was Funky D, Low Down Dirty D, that James be talking about as the bass man, Fred Thomas. And I asked him to just play I'm Black and I'm Proud, but change it a little bit so I can give our children something to be proud of again. Of course, I was just fussing. Boy, pull your pants up. Get them pants up before I get that belt and whoop your... Pull them up. Get them pants up now. You know your grandmama don't like that. Here come your granddaddy with that strap. So, of course, I gave it to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to listen to. And his oldest daughter had a chance to tell me, my dad had played this record to every person, king, ruler, sheikh, leader of every country in the world. My father plays this song. Everybody know about, boy, pull your pants up. And of course, Minister Farrakhan asked me later on to go back and get the children and let the children express what they feel about their pants being down. So I went back, I found 4 different people that could do it, and we sat down, and it took us hours and hours to do it, but thank God we got it did in February of 2007, and we finished the CD and we put it out. You can go to cdbaby.com and get a copy of it or listen to it as it's going on about pull your pants up, you sagging down. And I wanted to put in it, if you use both hands, you got to do the James Brown.
Right.
Because James always pulled up his pants.
Right.
And if you pulling yours up so they won't fall, you are definitely doing the James Brown. Well, of course, the JB said the title was too long. But in the record, I start saying, sagging is what? What's spelled backwards. And then I start explaining to the children that though you're sagging your pants, Martin Luther King and black people marched, and our grandparents and older sisters and brothers, to give us respect, quality, and dignity about ourselves in life. And you all have slapped them and James Brown in his face by sagging your pants down. He said we're black and proud. Y'all say no, we are sagging backwards, which is backwards Niggas.
That's what you push.
So I push to them that you are wearing it in your clothing, and now the clothing makers have made the clothes, even if you're not wearing them sagging, they have put the pockets so low on the clothing in the back to look like you wearing the word on your clothing every time you walk.
That's deep.
It is deep, but it's a disrespect to us as a people. It's a slap in the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King face, the Dr. Honorable Elijah Muhammad face, and of course, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is striving to make us understand that we can be black and proud.
So I see where that's going, and I look like everything you said is truthful, but what on the positive side from the music in your shows you got coming up are you doing for the youth and your whole movement?
Of course, I have the Stop the Killing. The Children Want to Keep Living. That's one of the songs you all will hear today.
That's another song.
Yes, sir. And we have, besides he's the God for our soul and I love him, so we have my edition of Pull Up Your Pants and do the James Brown dance. And I think you're going to cut off with, please put down the gun. Please, please. And Flavor Flav is saying, drop it.
Flavor Flav.
Yes, sir. I put him on there. All praises.
So you've met all of these rap artists and all of
everybody on the planet Earth love James Brown.
Right.
Everybody. You can't even move, think, or act without James Brown being involved in it when it comes to music.
So would it be true to say he's planted a seed in you? And now you're evolving into your own self. But I also know I've been to your house in Joliet. You creating a commemoration for him?
Yes, for him and for myself. You can't go down in history without each other because I was a part there. For Gertrude Sanders, who was his wardrobe lady that helped raise me on the road. For Lynn Collins, who was passed in 2003. For Martha Hyde, the women that was there and performing with James when I was a child. Of course, and then of course all the band members, all of them,
right?
Regardless to whether they living and dead, we had good times as I got old enough to be able to communicate and go out with them.
I want you to really we're going to wrap this up. So what is, James really was a beautiful person or strict kind of what? Because
James is a multi-talented genius.
Okay.
James is a stern, hard, and I'm going to use the word taskmaster when it comes to that music. Okay. James could hear a bird chirping 50 miles away and start doing what the bird is doing exactly.
Wow.
James could hear the insects, and that's because he lived in the woods by himself when Pops left and went to the army, and he was in that house by himself for some months before Pop came back as he was joining the Navy and gave him to his Aunt Minnie. So James lived in the woods. His friends was the raccoons and the squirrels. And James loved to play with snakes and things like that. So things that no one else would pay attention to. These were what James heard every day out in the woods.
Okay.
So God was making him what he wanted to make him as a young boy, something that no one else probably could ever even tap into to understand him on that level. If James would be performing and you mess up, you hear the JBs talking about he'll turn around and do this and be fine. And they knew what it was, but other people didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
He'd turn around and he might even stop a song and say, start it over again. All right, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but you all paid to see a good show, and we're going to start this whole show over because it's not right.
So he's a perfectionist.
And so he was too much a perfectionist. He taught me to be a perfectionist, but at the time, I didn't know to be a perfectionist. Also would have people say one day in life, Miss Brown, you a slave master. You work us harder than the slaves work the slaves in the slavery time.
Well, look, would you do a couple songs with us?
Oh, yes, I have no problem doing. This is just a picture of me and James as we were walking along one day through the airport, and some people was taking pictures, and I said, here, take my camera and get me and my brother, and I just leaned in and we took a picture. I have a lot more. I have hundreds and hundreds of pictures from being out on that road from 15 and a half to 16 years old, all the way through 50.
Looked like you was having a great time.
Yes.
Look, one of the last things I want to ask is, now most talented geniuses have something else they do. So I don't want to know what else James Brown did outside of music, but for you, are you anything with food?
I can tell you what James did. James supported so many people. So many people. You can go to Augusta, Georgia, and just as soon as you get off the plane there, the cab drivers and the people that pull your luggage off the plane, everybody will tell you, we all would be at the airport and we know Mr. Brown was coming in. If we had our light bill, our gas bill, just told him we need to pay our bill, our children was in school, he would go in his pocket and give them $500.
Santa Claus
give them $600. Yes.
Is that what that's about?
James would give the children toys, and of course you'll hear me sing about it on my tribute to him with all of his band members, the Soul Gems, the JBs, and the original Famous Flames that was still living.
Tell me quickly, that's him. Now you,
of course,
the food,
always love to eat, love to eat.
Are you
love to
you
cook.
must be a chef or something.
Love to cook. Yes, I am. Love to cook and love to see people eat food and enjoy it.
Okay.
I have a youth center in Joliet where I work with the children. When I moved to Joliet in 1990, I was saying a year and a half before that, I'm never going there. And God made me go. I got a call from a gentleman that said him and his family was going to be set out and he didn't know where he was going to take his children. It'll take him 3 months to save up enough money. I asked him what did he owe. He said $1,800 for the back taxes and the insurance and the mortgage for that particular month. Of course, I had about $1,800 and 1 cent in the bank. And I went and got it all for him and his children to be able to stay in the property. I did not want to see children on the street. I said when I was about 8 or 9 years old, that if God let me live, I hope one day to get a big old raggedy house and take in all the unwanted children from all over the world, not knowing that as I prayed to God for it, one day I would definitely get that big old raggedy house. And it's an original old slave mansion. It has 4 floors with the basement. It has 10 rooms on each floor, except the top floor. I think it has something like 7 to 8 rooms. And that's about it. I just decided I would give children something to do. They were shooting and driving by when I moved there, and I said to all the children to stop shooting, stop fighting. We don't have nowhere to go. I said, yes, y'all do. I'm going to take down these 5 brick garages, and I'm going to build up you all a basketball court. And that's what I did. I built up a 40 by 80 basketball court for them. And I started feeding them every day with the bricks we took from the court, the big old cinder bricks with the 2 holes in the middle. We just built up different towers for them to stand up about 5 feet high and be able to eat. And I would cook and feed them every day and teach them about God and have them read a copy, at least a page or something of the final call, something out of the Bible, something out of the Holy Quran, and listen to the tape of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
So you like the queen of a community.
That's
how you appear to me.
I love all my people. I am their mother. Whether I had them or not, I tell them I'm your auntie and uncle. Some woman had you. We the mother and father of all people. And I'm going to help raise our people. And I will come back and tell you about the hair product that I have that's going to give all our people jobs. They want a job since America is falling in.
But look, right now, we want to hear you. Bless us with 2 or 3 of those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll be right back with one.
So y'all stay tuned. Sister Fannie Brown, better known as Kareema Muhammad. Sister Kareema Muhammad. Bless us with some of that James Brown soul.
Yes. Get up off of that thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for
He's a God of the soul. He's a God of the soul. He's a God of the soul. How we love him. He's a God of the soul. He's a God of the soul. He's a God of the soul. How we love him. He's gone home to God. He's gone to the Creator, Allah, Jehovah, Jah. Jesus took him by the hand, said, welcome to God's land. The angels started to smile to see God's child. Your word was well done. Welcome home, my son. James Brown is gone. God took him home. The people started to cry, saying the Godfather's gone. Farewell. He's a Godfather's soul. He's a Godfather's soul. He's a Godfather's soul. about to explode. I'm loud talking Fannie, selling James Brown souvenirs from Japan to Miami. Thanks, world, for supporting all our family. My brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. I love you so. I love you. I love you so. My brother, I love you so. Wow!
All right, we rolling.
Pull up your pants, do the James Brown dance. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. I'm your sister and your daughter and your mother and your wife. Please, brothers, clean up your life. I can't dance while you're sagging your pants.
I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
Pull them up, get them up. I'm talking about your pants. You don't have to sag if you pull them up, man. You need a belt, wear a belt. You know that you can. Do it for yourself and you won't feel bad. What about the women? We need real men, not sagging pants. What you talk about, man? James Brown said, say the kids, Fannie. Our knowledge is here under slavery's feet. Unlock this chain that's on their brain. Here's the keys, stop the misery, man. Pull them up, get them up. James Brown dance. Pull them up, James Brown dance. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. I'm your sister and your daughter and your mother and your wife. Please, brothers, clean up your life. I can't dance while you're sagging your pants.
I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants. It's time for a change, stop dealing cocaine. You got your mama outside crying in the rain. You think it's cool cause you still lying in the rain. Ain't it funny when you're lying in the chain gang? Things crazy, babies killing babies. Took him out of school, the boy died from a 380. I know you might say the boy sound fruitgazy. Keep my pants pulled up with my belt ready. Now the elders in the hood, they appreciate me. Talk the truth, now the whole world wanna fade me. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. I'm your sister and your daughter and your mother and your wife. Please, brothers, clean up your life. I can't dance while you're sagging your pants. I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
I'ma go pull my pants up. And like a hero, I'ma do the James Brown. Only 16, ripping like a real queen. If you a leader, pull your head up. Left from right and green from blue. Life is life and this is true. Hey brothers, I'm talking to you. Pull your pants up with James Brown. Ooh. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. I'm your sister and your daughter and your mother and your wife. Please, brothers, clean up your life. Cause I can't dance while you're sagging your pants.
I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
I've been through so much pain, and this life is hell. Been through so much pain. People wear their pants down, that is so much shame. Got my eyes poured down like so much rain. I've been through the struggle, been through so much things. I'ma do the James Brown, see my pants won't hang. Why do people have to kill, wasting life in vain? Little brothers in the street, wasting life in game. People do crazy things, yeah, this life is strange. I done put up my pants, I hope you do the same.
I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants. He's a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'm gonna do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
He's a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'ma do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'ma do the James Brown and pull up my pants. I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'ma do the James Brown and pull up my pants. I'm a bad man, I'm taking a stand. I'ma do the James Brown and pull up my pants.
That's funky. That's funky, Fannie. That's funky, Fannie. Stop.
Children dying, mothers crying.
did.
I'm graduating next week.
I ain't in the game no more.
So Fannie, thanks for coming on the show.
You're more than
That was a
welcome.
beautiful performance.
Thank you.
And where can we look forward to seeing you?
Well, right now you can see me with the Godfather Soul. JB gave it to me hair products. I produced a super grow that if I put it on your head, you'll have hair anywhere. You have fuzz in a couple of minutes, but you'll have hair anywhere between 45 minutes
I can look like that.
and 24 hours.
Okay.
And I did it on so many men and women that had lost their hair. What I want to do now is put it on cancer patients. I have one that removes all the sores and the boils and things out of men's heads. When you see them have surgery, I ran into a man that had surgery in 10 days, all the scars and things were back.
Okay.
I put it on his head, told him to use it for 1 week, 3 times a day. His head is cleared up. I have one that removes the locked in hair when you got hair just stuck down pat.
Okay.
And I have one that removes and lets you take down your dreads and put them back up. It can take down the dreads.
So you're now doing music
I have
and hair
one.
products.
Yes, James Brown gave it to me.
What's the name of the hair
That's
product?
the name of it. The Godfather Soul. JB gave it to me, and I thank God for my brother. Then I have one that super waves your hair, and I also have one that I put it on the women at Black Expo. I didn't give them nothing but a drop like on a toothpick. Had them pull it on their hair anyway once they released the oil. And I curled their hair with my finger and told them to count to 5. And they curls were just there. Everybody in Black Expo, I was doing thousands of people. And they were all falling out laughing at the curls that they got
You
from
be
just
laughing at me.
one drop.
You know, when I take this hat off after the show, she gonna put some on my head, all right? But again, are you on the internet? What's going on with your music?
Oh, I'm bringing everything to the internet now because I'm a little bit behind time. I'm a little bit older, so I'm trying to stay away from it, but I see there's no other way to go.
Right.
So I am the GodSisterSoul@gmail.com, and you all just give me a week or two and I'll have it up. And also I'm going to put the hair product on the TV, but I'm giving people jobs with it. It's not just a hair product for me. I decided since there's no jobs for the people in the public, that anybody invest $200, I will give you $400 in the product. So if you buy one for your own leisure at $10 or the bigger one at $20 and give everybody that little drop on the toothpick tip and they like it, you get 20 customers and call me. I got 20 people with $10. I'm bringing you $400 worth of product. So you sell your 20 and then you got 20 more
That's
to
all
sell.
right. I'll probably be rich then. But look, thank you all for having
That's what
us.
it's about.
This is the sister, Fannie Brown, James Brown's sister. And if you like anything that we're doing, this is what we do at the Stage to Show.tv. We're bringing artists around the world, local, that are doing what God put in them for positive reasons. And if you like the artwork, of course, I didn't quite finish, but she's speaking about Afro. This might be Gil Scott hair and Roy Ayers back in the day, but the whole thing was about funky soul in the city and the congas, etc. And it's glittering and it's a lot of festive Caribbean colors. But that's what we do here. So again, this is the Spike Rebel Experience. Thank you all for watching. Again, who is this? Who are you?
I am Kareema Muhammad. That's my holy name. But I am Fannie Brown Burford, the God Sister Soul, the name given to me by the Godfather Soul, James Brown. May he rest in peace.
We signing out.
Let's go.
This is the Spike Rebel Experience.